Hooray! Here we are today at the dedication of the 13th Tobacco Prevention Barn in the state of West Virginia.
This is our opportunity to come into the great state of West Virginia to give a message. Tobacco is extremely harmful, and those things that they tell you that will not happen to you, in fact, do happen to you.
What we wanted to do was just take some of the resources that the CDC has and deliver messages in a localized manner.
We've been working with a group in West Virginia called Community Connections. It's Mr. Gregory Puckett and with Mr. Keith Vinci. They came together and found this wonderful barn.
Well, this all started back when we started doing different prevention strategies back in 2001, and we always tried to do something unique to catch the eye of the people in West Virginia. There was a product done by the Block Brothers Tobacco Company that promoted tobacco use, and it was a product called Mail Pouch Tobacco, and their slogan was "Treat yourself to the best." And that was the first form of outdoor advertising, the first billboards in the United States, and it's a West Virginia cultural icon. So I thought to myself, well, how do you take a cultural significant thing like that and transfer it over to something to where it's counterculture of where you were, to take it to where you need to be? We started looking at different barns and said, wouldn't it be cool if we did a barn that focused on spit tobacco use in southern West Virginia, because that was one of our highest use rates. So we did find a barn in Monroe County, and after some hard work with the Division of Tobacco Prevention, they allowed us to get some money, and we painted the very first spit tobacco prevention barn in the United States in Monroe County, West Virginia.
It became something that just caught on, just like the old mail pouch ideas back in the past.
Instead of treat yourself to the best, being mail pouch, we want you to quit smoking or stop spit tobacco, treat yourself to health.
Mark Arsenault, as Keith has already mentioned, is the one that we are going to immortalize today with the dedication of his saying on this barn.
I'm seeing a lot of people out here that aren't much younger than I was when I joined the service. I joined the military and the Air Force in 1986. Smoking was not just accepted, but I think inadvertently encouraged in the military. I got out, I kept smoking, tried quitting a number of times, went back and forth with smokeless and that, until I was 42 years old. And I started having some symptoms. And long story short, I found out I had colorectal cancer.
We know that a large number of people that are losing their lives are developing cancer and other forms of diseases as a result of tobacco.
I've seen what cancer does. I've been around a lot of people. I've been a minister for several years now. I've seen people suffer with it. I've seen them die. It gets to be a habit and it's hard to break. Of course, it's kind of addictive too.
I had a good portion, about 1.5 feet of my, we call your large intestine, removed. I went through radiation therapy. I went through chemotherapy twice. And the reason I started was because me and my friends thought it looked cool.
I think it's also a very big problem at our school. We have a lot of boys that think it's okay to do it.
There are students like that are our age that are against it. We don't have to do it to be cool.
These young people are clearly leaders of today. They set the example in their communities, and they will carry this message back to their fellow classmates and to the other members of their community, and they will help be ambassadors for us, not only on tobacco, but other issues associated with substance abuse as well. Tobacco today continues to be the leading cause of preventable death in America. It is a misnomer when people try to convince you that you are invincible, because you're not.
And it takes every one of these young people here to make sure that it doesn't happen in generations to come.
This barn will serve as an advertisement and reminder to folks about the risks and dangers of all forms of tobacco. Thank you to all those who contributed to this barn and all those who are fighting the good fight to promote health and wellness in West Virginia. Sincerely, Congressman Evan Jenkins.
So Route 219, which is where this barn in Pocahontas County sits. The traffic numbers are great, the message is great, it's culturally significant, and it really touches on a market that needs to be reached in high tobacco prevention use.
Yeah, many people have said, have you seen this big barn? Like, it's in the middle of the curve.
I think it's really noticeable and people can see it as they're driving down the road.
It's in a very, prominent location. It's right in the middle of a turn, so, it really does catch your eye. And it is bright red.
That takes away an excuse, I don't know the quit line number. The barn having the number and Mark's quote up here make people realize that, is it even really worth it?
It's an amazing thing that you're doing because you're saving lives. The quote that's up there, the it's a reality. Those things that you think will never happen to you, they do happen. If somebody drives by the barn and gets the message, they get the help they need to quit, then I think mission accomplished.
We would consider the barn officially dedicated in the great county of Pocahontas in the great state of West Virginia.